I don't see Tim. I think Tim's, I don't see Tim Sandoval. Oh, there's Tim.
Maybe you, for whatever reason, it might be on your settings, but sometimes with the settings, you don't see people who are not.
Yeah, and lately, and I don't know where it's coming from. I'm not seeing, like when I'm sharing, I'm not seeing the raised hands. Normally on the list, you see the raised hands go up to the top of the list. And for whatever reason, but I've got it set on gallery in full screen. And I now only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. So that's weird. Interesting. But we don't have Corey's not online, right?
Right. I don't see Corey.
This is Sam. I don't know if you guys see me.
Yeah.
But this is Sam.
Oh, Sam.
But
okay.
Yeah, let me check on her and see. She was planning on, I talked to her earlier. She said she was going to be on.
Yeah. Sorry about my dogs. Wouldn't be a meeting if you didn't hear from Ted and Winnie.
I'm just hoping I didn't steal her link, because the link goes to the city. And
well, are you contacting her on her cell, Sam?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
She's logging in right now.
Okay.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Sam.
Hey, Cynthia. Congratulations on a great event.
Yeah, it was nice. It was great.
By the way, Cynthia, when you say hi to Tim, you're saying hi to 3 Tims, so it's great.
Well, I said hi to 1 Tim before you came on.
Oh, okay, okay.
So hi to you and the other Tim.
Yeah, well, I heard Tim Sandoval's voice. I couldn't see his face, but then, yeah, a lot of Tims. I'm
and that's a good thing, Becky. That's a good thing.
Usually I'm addressing about 5 Brians in my city.
Okay, sorry guys.
Hi, Corey.
Hi, Corey.
Hello, everybody. I was working on month-end stuff and time got away from me. I apologize.
Hi, Corey.
Hello. All right, so do we have a quorum? Are we good?
Yes, we have quorum.
Okay. All right, so then at this time, then I will go ahead and call to order the meeting of the San Gabriel Valley Council of Governments Capital Projects and Construction Committee. So Yanine, before we get started, do you have any instructions on the virtual meeting?
Yes, we do. Thank you for joining today's committee meeting. Please note that today's meeting is conducted via Zoom webinar. Members of the committee are encouraged to raise their hand when they have a comment or question. Our staff will call on the order of receipt requests. Members of the public can provide verbal public comments by raising their hands during the beginning of the agenda item that they would like to comment on. Please note that verbal public comments are limited to 3 minutes each.
Okay. I apologize again. I was a little late getting on here, so I did not ask anybody to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, but let me go ahead first. I apologize. I'm skipping. I want to welcome our new committee members. First off, I'd like to welcome Cynthia Sternquist from the City of Temple City, Mr. Ed Reese from the City of Claremont, and also Sean Dang from the City of Rosemead. And then most importantly, I want to welcome our new Director of Capital Projects, Mr. Kevin Lai. So at this time, I'll go ahead and.
Corey, Ruth Lowe is new as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say Ruth is new as well, I think.
I apologize. Welcome, Ruth.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here.
So with that, Ruth, would you be so kind as to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance today?
Yes, please rise.
Please rise, face the flag, hand over your heart, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, so at this time, I would ask Kevin if you could please call the roll.
Yes, thank you, Chair Moss. Yanine, could you please conduct the roll call?
Yes. Chair Moss,
Present?
President Hepburn,
Yes. Present.
Member Shevlin,
Here.
Supervisor Solis. Absent. Member Reese,
Here.
Member Lowe,
Present.
Member Sternquist,
Present.
Member Dang. Absent. Member Jimenez. Absent. Member Sandoval.
Here.
We have quorum.
Wonderful, thank you very much. And that will bring us to general public comment. Yanine, have we received any requests to speak?
We did not receive any written request.
Can we see if there's anyone on the line who would like to speak as to public comment?
Please give me a second to check.
Of course.
I do not see any hands.
Very good, thank you. Moving on, I believe that will bring us to the consent calendar. And have we received any requests as to speak as to the items on the consent calendar?
We did not receive any written requests.
Okay, we'll double check and see that there's no one online who would like to speak.
Give me a second to check.
Mhm.
I do not see any raised hands. Please let me comment that Karina Macias from Supervisor Solis's office is in the meeting. I do not think, though, that she'll be participating.
Okay, thank you for that. Do we have any?
Chair Moss, Sandoval, I'll be happy to move the item.
Thank
I'll
you, sir.
second. Hepburn.
If there's no further discussion or any questions on the consent calendar, take the roll, please. We have a motion and a second.
Chair Moss,
Yes,
President Hepburn,
Yes.
Member Shevlin,
Yes.
Supervisor Solis, absent. Member Reese,
Yes.
Member Lowe,
Yes.
Member Sternquist,
Yes.
Member Dang, absent. Member Jimenez, absent. Member Sandoval,
Yes.
the item passes.
very good, thank you. All right, so then that will bring us to item number 8, update items. Do we have any public comment on the update items?
No written requests.
Okay, let's just double check and go the lines and make sure there's no one there who would like to speak.
I don't see any hands.
Very good. Kevin? Would you like to proceed?
Sure. Thank you, Chair Moss. The quarterly project status report is attached to the agenda for the committee's information. The attached report provides a one-page summary for design, right-of-way acquisition, and construction update for each of the active projects. So hopefully the committee member has a chance to kind of read through it. And Chair Moss, if there's any questions or comments on the quarterly report from the committee members, we can answer the questions. If not, this item is to be received and filed.
All right, colleagues, do we have any questions or comments on this item? Okay, if there are none, then it has been received and it will be filed. And I believe that takes us to item number 9. Item number 9 is the Director of Capital Projects Monthly Report. Do we have any requests to speak as to this item?
We did not receive any written requests.
Okay, let's just double check on the lines.
Yes, please give me a moment. I do not see any hands.
Very good. Kevin?
Yes, thank you, Chair Moss. The Director of Capital Project Report is also attached to the agenda for the committee's information. Just also want to add, in addition to the report, I'm excited to inform the committee that last week, the 5760 Confluence Project was approved by the Metro's Planning and Programming Committee for the Life of Project funding under the consent calendar and will be advanced to the regular Metro Board meeting for final adoption. I think this is a very exciting news. I want to thank Marissa, Ricky, and Yanji and the team for advancing this project. But with that, Chair Moss, if there's any questions or comments from the committee regarding the actual report or regarding the status of the project, we're available to answer those questions.
Well, I would just like to agree that that is excellent news. Very, very happy to hear it. But let me see if my colleagues have any questions or other comments on this item. Okay, I'm not seeing any, or I can't tell if, no, wait. Here we go. Yeah, nope, I'm not seeing any raised hands. So thank you very much, Kevin. So now that brings us to this item 11, active construction projects. Do we have any requests to speak as to this item?
No written requests received.
Okay. No one has raised their hand.
Please give me a moment to double check. No hands.
All right, very good. Kevin, I think this is you again, sir.
Sure, of course. Thank you, Chair Moss. We'll have the presentation by each of the senior project managers for their respective ongoing construction project. Today, we have Senior Project Manager Renee Cornell for the State Route 5760 Golf Course project, and then to be followed by Senior Project Manager Gary Cardamone for the Fairway and Fullerton Grade Separation project. So with that, I would like to turn it over to Renee
Very good.
Kevin.
for his presentation.
So next slide. So construction for the golf course project continues. In this photo, that's 10 foot, the diameter of that storm drain pipe is 10 feet on the inside. So for scale, the guy, the construction worker sitting on there is around 6 feet tall. So the storm drain pipe is in. What we're doing now is backfilling the pipe. And at the end of the day, we're not going to see this huge, large structure that went into the golf course. But it's a huge accomplishment with the rains coming in. Hopefully we can tie in and utilize it soon, because we did experience a lot of rain. Next slide. In this photo, what you can see is it's called rough grading. They're rough grading the tee box. This is one of the tee boxes that we have to reconfigure for the whole golf course. That once we do the rough shaping, then the golf course architect tells us to shave off a little bit or add a little bit more, and that's called the fine grading. And the last step is to put the seeds in the grass. Good thing we didn't put the seeds in the grass, because with this rain they would have washed away and we would have had to replanted all the seeds. So it's pretty good that we did it. But construction of the golf features continues. And last slide. In this photo, it's very visible from the freeway. These are the remaining netting poles. With these new netting poles that they're placing, you can finally see the new outline of the golf course. The reason we're setting them again is because Edison had to do these new steel poles on both sides of the freeway. So we came back and installed the remainders of them. But you don't see those steel poles that goes around 50 feet below the ground of the foundation. So these are some pretty heavily reinforced netting poles. And with that, I can answer any questions for the golf course project.
Very good. Thank you, Renee. I have one question, and I do apologize for my ignorance, but I'm not up to date with some of the terminologies. What is a tee box?
I'm not much of a golfer, but from what I understand is I think that's where you put the ball and you swing it. If somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but David okay, I got it right.
That's where you start each hole, right?
Thinking just like a construction term, so it wasn't registering at all.
No.
Tee box. Okay.
Yeah. There's different sets of grasses go for every feature too, and I'm barely learning that. Sod, seeds, kikuya. That's a lot of planting terms out there.
That's cool. That's very interesting. All right, colleagues, do you have any other questions or comments on this item? Okay, hearing none. Thank you so much again, Renee. Appreciate it. And next.
Okay, thank you, Chair Moss, members of the committee. I have a few photos taken in January from the Fairway project I'd like to share with you. So Yanine, if we could go to the first photo. This photo was taken on January 5th. It shows the muddy and saturated condition of the subgrade in Fairway Drive, which pretty much made it impossible to perform any work in Fairway until this subgrade dried out. Unfortunately, the work in Fairway Drive is on the project's critical path. So these weather-related delays, coupled with utility and other unforeseen related delays that we've encountered in the past, has had a substantial impact on the completion of the project. You need to go to the next photo, please. This photo taken on January 17th, it shows the contractor's efforts to mitigate the effects of the rain. Here we're pumping water from the west side of the THTC parking lot behind sound walls 2 and 3. This is the property at the southeast corner of Fairway and Business Parkway. These sound walls were completed in December in spite of the inclement weather that we encountered. Next photo, Yanine. So this third photo, this also taken on January 17th, shows the contractor working on the lead track 2 subgrade, trying to get the moisture content down, as well as to achieve the design grade and compaction, which will be followed by the remaining track work necessary to complete the construction of lead track 2. So the subject to the subgrade and Fairway getting dry enough to work within, we expect the critical work in Fairway Drive to resume this week. We still have a substantial amount of work remaining to be done in Fairway, including regrading the roadway, curb and gutter, subgrade prep, lighting and irrigation conduits, base concrete pavement, asphalt concrete, signage, striping. And all this work is going to take about another 4 months to complete. So we're presently looking at the project substantial completion in around late May or early June. So unfortunately, the schedule has been impacted substantially by some of these delays. Unless there are any questions on Fairway, I'll move on to Fullerton. So you may recall, committee members, at the last meeting in November, I advised you that we were directing the contractor to accelerate the shoe fly work in order to meet Union Pacific's scheduled date of February 1st to perform the cutover work. And you may recall that if we missed that scheduled date, it would result in approximately a 1-year delay to the project due to UP's gangs being committed to other projects for the remainder of 2023. So the acceleration effort began in early November. To date, it's been proceeding very well in spite of the inclement weather. Our contractor's progress was sufficient to allow UP's crew to mobilize to the project site, which they did on January 8th. And we're on target to meeting the established cutover date. So that's some good news. This first photo taken on January 4th is looking west at the westerly end of the shoe fly. The contractor's been working double shifts and in fact through the rain in order to meet the schedule, and on this particular day was distributing rail and placing ballast. The second photo, Janine. This photo shows the contractor placing ties along the east end of the shoe fly in the vicinity of Charlie Road. And the last photo taken on January 12th. This is, of course, the aerial view of the intersection of Fullerton and Gale, where we're continuing to complete some of the restoration work on private property, including fencing, handrail, irrigation and landscaping, and other work, miscellaneous work. As you know, the three legs of the intersection were open to the public in November of last year and has been performing very well since opening. The current schedule, which reflects the acceleration effort, is showing substantial completion of the project in April of 2025, which is about a 3-month improvement over the prior schedule that we talked about. So the acceleration to date has been very helpful. And we'll have a better idea of just how much time the acceleration actually improves the schedule once the shoe fly work is complete and actually put into use, hopefully around the end of February. So that concludes my comments on Fullerton. Be happy to answer any questions. I believe you're muted, Chair Moss.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Thank you for that very much, Gary. That was very good news. And do any of my colleagues have any other questions for Gary? All right. Well, thank you very much. That's going to take us to item number 12, which is the chair's report. And I am very excited to announce that in December, the California Transportation Commission approved the San Gabriel Valley COG's funding request of $67.8 million for construction of the Montebello Boulevard Grade Separation Project, including $49 million from SB1 Trade Corridor and Enhancement Program, TCEP funds, and then $18.8 million from Prop 1B Trade Corridor Improvement Fund. This funding allocation will permit staff to prepare to release the project for bids from contractors. The CTC also awarded the San Gabriel Valley COG with a $5.9 million grant through the state's Active Transportation Program cycle for bicycle and pedestrian improvements at 2 at-grade crossings on Greenwood Avenue and Vale Avenue in Montebello as part of the crossing safety improvement in Montebello. And we are extremely grateful to the CTC for their tremendous support. Other exciting news that I would like to report is that last week, staff submitted an application to the California Transportation Agency requesting $30 million in funding from the 2022 Port and Freight Infrastructure Program for the Turnbull Canyon Road Grade Separation Project. The funding was included in the state budget that allocated $1.2 billion with a B for port and freight infrastructure projects to improve the state's goods movement system. We are confident that our Turnbull Canyon Road project will be strongly considered for this funding, and we anticipate award announcements in March. And with that, all I have is a quick reminder that as of February 28th, that we will be going back into meeting in person, and meetings will be held in our new boardroom in Monrovia. So at this time, do any of you have any special announcements or comments that you would like to share?
This isn't regarding business, but I finally figured out why I couldn't see the rest of you. I had to click on the one I had to include all non-video participants. So now I can see all the names and just pictures, and so I can see all of you now.
I feel like
just in case you were wondering.
Hey, I learned another little something because I'm so bad with tech, and it's the truth. You have to do it, and we have
I didn't know there was an option for that because it was always just there. And all of a sudden now I don't see everybody. So there's actually something you have to check to see that you want to see all the non-video participants as well. So there you go. I'm all fixed up. Happy New Year, everybody, and look forward to meeting everyone and being in a meeting with everyone there in my hometown, Monrovia.
Very nice.
Chair Moss, this is Cynthia.
Cynthia, yes.
I'm just happy to be back. I always found my time on the committee so interesting. It was a lot of new information and I learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to learning more and looking forward to seeing you all in person next month. So thank you for having me.
Well, we are very happy to have you.
Thank you.
Chair Moss?
Yes, ma'am. This Ruth?
Yes, this is Ruth. I just want to say I'm really pleased to be part of the committee and I look forward to participating. I have lots to learn, so I'll be patient and I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone in person.
Absolutely. We're very happy to have you too, Ruth. All right. Anyone else?
Chair Moss, if I could just,
Yes, Vice Chair Hepburn.
I just want to say that Happy New Year to all, but also welcome to all those that are newcomers and those, as Cynthia has been with us for many years, welcome back. And I just want to say that thank you for the COG staff for their wonderful efforts for all this funding with our higher electeds. And I want to say also for all the members of the COG, it takes a village to do this, to get this kind of funding for these wonderful transportation projects we're doing. And kudos to all of you, because it, like I say, it takes a village, and just congratulations on everybody's efforts. Besides the San Gabriel Valley Regional Housing Trust, besides all the funding, we're just doing a really good job. And I really appreciate everything that everyone does. And that includes all of us, because we all have a vested interest in this. So thank you all.
Thank you. And I concur. I echo my Vice Chair's comments. Everybody, great job. I mean, the collaboration that goes into all this and getting this done is absolutely wonderful.
Chair Moss, this is
Member Hepburn?
Sandoval.
Sandoval?
Yeah, just in brief, this morning at Cal Poly Pomona, the Foothill Transit Authority Silver Streak was reintroduced into the Cal Poly Pomona community, right at the heart of the campus. And I think all of us really can appreciate how important it is to have access to reliable public transportation to one of the only Cal States in the San Gabriel Valley region, although Cal State LA is pretty close by. So just wanted to share it with members simply because I know a lot of our students need access to good public transportation, and it now actually goes directly onto the campus of Cal Poly Pomona. And hopefully that takes more people off our freeways and improves our environment. So I just wanted to share that with our committee. Thank you.
No, thank you. I was unable to get there this morning because I am working on month end, but I really do appreciate you giving us the update. Thank you. All right. So if that's
Chair Moss, Ed Reese has his hand up.
Mr. Reese, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Chair. I'll make it quick. I'm actually fighting bronchitis, and but I want to thank you all for your warm welcome, and I look forward to working with you all.
Thank you for being here, even though you sound like you don't feel great. So I appreciate the effort, sir. I hope you feel better.
Thank you so much.
All right. So I can't see if there's any other hands up. I'm trying to go through all of them, but it doesn't look okay. Nope. Doesn't look like anybody else has their hands up. So that's going to bring us to adjournment, but I would just like to, I think all of us are probably feeling the same way, that our prayers are going out to our friends in Monterey Park. And I know that all of us have one way or another, pledged our support, our resources, or whatever we can do to help our neighbors, because that's what we do. And, so I'm really proud of all of us who are doing our best to try and help any way we can during such a really tragic time. So I think we all want to send our love and our prayers to Monterey Park today. And with that, this meeting is adjourned. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.